the gun. Step 2, buy a canoe. Step 3, live multiculturally. Step 4, you ready? There is no more. We got beavers, caribou, and moose. We got buffalo, bears, and Canadian goose. And we're sorry about Celine Dion, but she did do that good song for James Cameron.
Monopoly on trees, and our country's bordered by 3 different seas.
Yeah, I know that you wanna be Canadian, please. We invented the zipper, we got expertise. We made insulin to combat disease. Yeah, I know that you wanna be Canadian, please.
We took out the monarchy, the US has the money, but I know that you wanna be Canadian. The French will get the wine and cheese, koalas chew with the Aussies, but I know that you wanna be Canadian.
Et si ce n'était pas assez, on a 2 langues officielles, l'anglais et le français. Ooh la la.
Yeah, I know that you wanna be Canadian, please. Where else do you find mounted police or go to the hospital and not pay fees? I know that you wanna be Canadian, please.
And when fresh water's in high demand, we got the world's largest supply on hand. So you know that we can make a pretty good friend, but it's even better if you can.
We took out the monarchy, the US has the money, but I know that you wanna be Canadian. The French will get the wine and cheese, koalas chew with the Aussies, but I know that you wanna be Canadian.
So you're thinking to yourself, how do I live in this beautiful country? Well, I've got some steps for you to follow.
Step 1, lose the gun. Step 2, buy a canoe. Step 3, live multiculturally. Step 4, you ready? There is no more. We got beavers, caribou, and moose. We got buffalo, bears, and Canadian goose. And we're sorry about Celine Dion, but she did do that good song for James Cameron.
We took out the monarchy, the US has the money, but I know that you wanna be Canadian. The French will get the wine and cheese, koalas chew with the Aussies, but I know that you wanna be Canadian. The Greeks all chill with Socrates, can't build a wall like the Chinese, but I know that you wanna be Canadian. In Kenya they have safaris, we miss lots of other countries, but I know that you wanna be Canadian.
Yeah, I know that you wanna be Canadian, please. Even if in winter things tend to freeze, we got the world monopoly on trees, and our country's bordered by 3 different seas.
Yeah, I know that you wanna be Canadian, please. We invented the zipper, we got expertise. We made insulin to combat disease. Yeah, I know that you wanna be Canadian, please.
We took out the monarchy, the US has the money, but I know that you wanna be Canadian. The French will get the wine and cheese, koalas chew with the Aussies, but I know that you wanna be Canadian.
Et si ce n'était pas assez, on a 2 langues officielles, l'anglais et le français. Ooh la la.
Yeah, I know that you wanna be Canadian, please. Where else do you find mounted police or go to the hospital and not pay fees? I know that you wanna be Canadian, please.
And when fresh water's in high demand, we got the world's largest supply on hand. So you know that we can make a pretty good friend, but it's even better if you can.
We took out the monarchy, the US has the money, but I know that you wanna be Canadian. The French will get the wine and cheese, koalas chew with the Aussies, but I know that you wanna be Canadian.
So you're thinking to yourself, how do I live in this beautiful country? Well, I've got some steps for you to follow.
Step 1, lose the gun. Step 2, back anew. Step 3, live multiculturally. Step 4, you ready? There is no more. We got beavers, caribou, and moose. We got buffalo, bears, and Canadian goose. And we're sorry about Celine Dion, but she did do that good song for James Cameron.
Monopoly on trees, and our country's bordered by 3 different seas.
Yeah, I know that you wanna be Canadian, please. We invented the zipper, we got expertise. We made insulin to combat disease. Yeah, I know that you wanna be Canadian, please.
We took up the monarchy, the U.S. has the money, but I know that you wanna be Canadian. The French took up the wine and cheese, koalas chew with the Aussies, but I know that you wanna be Canadian.
Et si ce n'était pas assez, on a 2 langues officielles, l'anglais et le français. Ouh là là.
Yeah, I know that you wanna be Canadian, please. Where else do you find mounted police or go to the hospital and not pay fees? I know that you wanna be Canadian, please.
And when freshwater's in high demand, we got the world's largest supply on hand. So you know that we can make a pretty good friend, but it's even better if you can.
We took up the monarchy, the U.S. has the money, but I know that you wanna be Canadian. The French took up the wine and cheese, koalas chew with the Aussies, but I know that you wanna be Canadian.
So you're thinking to yourself, how do I live in this beautiful country? Well, I've got some steps for you to follow.
Step 1, lose the gun. Step 2, buy a canoe. Step 3, live multiculturally. Step 4, you ready? There is no more. We got beavers, caribou, and moose. We got buffalo, bears, and Canadian goose. And we're sorry about Celine Dion, but she did do that good song for James Cameron. Cameron.
We took up the monarchy, the U.S. has the money, but I know that you wanna be Canadian. The French took up the wine and cheese, koalas chew with the Aussies, but I know that you wanna be Canadian. The Greeks all chill with Socrates, can't build a wall like the Chinese, but I know that you wanna be Canadian. In Kenya they have safaris, we miss lots of other countries, but I know that you wanna be Canadian.
God damn it. Oh, shit. No, it's my Discord mic it has. Okay, alright. So it's my headset mic that Obs is picking up, which is fine. I
What?
figured out the answer to my question.
Okay. Did he already get fed? Oh.
Hello and welcome to the stream, although nobody is here yet, which means I will do what I usually do, which is at everyone just because I
Why, can you
can.
not eat too? That's the problem, because I don't know if I can.
There.
Do you know how often I don't eat pasta, baby?
All the time? Yeah, but Trucker, you
Well,
have
there is, but...
you have the capacity to now eat pasta, so you should just eat it.
Huh?
You now have the
He wasn't...
Oh wait,
He was in Grandma's room. I am listening to you. I'm just having a conversation with two different people at one time.
I know, and I'm attempting to make you have a conversation with both at the same time.
Fair enough.
Because I'm a dick.
So the question is, how long of the audience has been listening to this?
Since you started talking.
Oh, so 43 years. Gotcha.
Correct. Yes, just under different names at certain times. You know, like at one point we were Blind Trucking, and then we moved to Canadian. And so far that trend has stuck. Thus far, surprisingly. Yeah. I mean, I thought oh shit, it's coming through my speakers again, and the really loud intro was like an automatic. Oh, she started, but since not, we got to listen to your family discussions, and we learned a lot. Like you're eating pasta tonight. Everybody, Trucker is eating pasta.
Stuffed shells to be specific.
Stuffed shells is good.
Mm-hmm.
Does it
While my
like
son
the
is
stuffed
watching
shells?
thing. No. Not unless it's mac and cheese form.
Well, I just learned that somebody called Buck Angel a turf.
Who's Buck Angel again?
Buck
Oh my
Angel
God.
is a woman who transitioned into a man, and she self-identifies as a man. She does look like a man. She kind of sounds like a very squeaky man, but she's against the part of the trans movement that's like icky with children.
Oh.
Because she's a parent and a grandparent. You know, she transitioned later. Well, she transitioned later in life. So she's looking at this going, okay, yeah, none of you have gender dysphoria, and you were really convincing a lot of really young women to go through a procedure that, like...
They don't need because they don't actually have gender dysphoria?
Basically.
Oh, yeah, that sounds about right. So she told the truth.
Yeah.
In a sense, you can consider Buck Angel the anti-Blair White.
Mm-hmm.
Because Buck Angel did not come from a political standpoint. Buck Angel came from a porn star standpoint.
Uh-huh. But she's kind of been dragged into it anyway, because the minute you disagree with the radicals in their community and start talking like, yeah, she doesn't agree with them on touching children. Sorry, a lot of people in the gay community like you are not about that.
Wasn't that whole kerfuffle over Macy Gray and all that about that?
Yeah.
To be honest, I think it's rather cruel that we carve people up even with gender dysphoria. Like, just because you have a mental condition that makes you literally hate your own gender does not mean a good solution is, let's ratify that by carving you up. Like, whoever the fuck thought that was a great idea needs to be shot and then brought back to life and shot again for the rest of their existence, might I add. And not shot somewhere nice to be shot, like somewhere in the stomach or like in the butt cheek. Like somewhere where it's gonna hurt like fuck and you're still gonna live, and then do it again. Because, like, I don't even agree with gender transitioning if you have gender dysphoria. Because it's now been proven that that doesn't help you. Which means we're carving people up, and it doesn't even help them.
BG, that's not really entirely true. The thing is when they do these transitions, they're kind of there are literally some hospitals in the United States, like California, where you can just go in and be like, hey, I have gender dysphoria, and they'll sign you up for whatever. You get the pills, you can get the surgery. People like Buck or even Blair, like, didn't just run into that going, yeah, I'm going to transition.
I don't care how long you've had to think about it. Doesn't mean it's correct. Because guess what? like 80% of those that have gender dysphoria, you realize that 7 to 10 years after are either dying from cancer or killing themselves. So we don't actually have a good track record with, you've thought this through, you actually have gender dysphoria, this is a good idea. The data shows the opposite thing, which is that we're just prolonging their death.
The data is skewed because the people who actually identify as trans and as having dysphoria, the people who actually suffer from it are not going to sit there and tell you. They're not going to sit and allow themselves to get put in any kind of statistic. These are the people where Steve all of a sudden moves to Switzerland, for 6 months. Steve never comes back, but Sarah shows up.
Yeah, but guess what? These cross-gender hormones, after being on it for about 7 years, you got cancer. So again, we haven't actually solved the problem at all. We've just put a fucking Band-Aid on it. And then we're like, well, if you've really thought it through and if you've gone in knowing the risks, then let's carve you up because you have a mental illness. And it's like,
yeah, but the problem with that, BG, is a lot of people who perform this stuff are legit the same people who do plastic surgery. So honestly, it's about money. If you have money, you can pay someone to make you look like whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, if you have money, you can pay people to carve you up. But again, my essential premise is whoever the fuck thought this up was wrong.
Yeah, but the person who thought it up probably did it to themselves first. A lot of the people who are kind of following this movement
just because they
don't
did it to
seem to know
themselves
that.
first, how does that not grant my premise? Just because they fucked themselves up first doesn't mean they're right to do it to somebody else.
Yeah, but what if the somebody else is like, yeah, I kind of liked that, I would like you to do it to me for me, and I'm gonna pay you money for it?
Then I guess have at it. But to sell this as a solution to the problem is where I agree with. That is where I have the problem, because it is.
And I agree with that. I would even say that, like, people like Buck Angel and Blair White are saying the exact same thing that you are.
Yeah, if they want to, fine, I guess. But don't say it's to save them from killing themselves, and don't say it solves the fucking problem, because at the end of the day, these transgenders know the truth. They don't want to know the truth, but they know the truth, and that is, no matter what you carve and take off, and no matter what you paste on, they are never going to be what they want to be. And ultimately, knowing that is probably why they end up killing themselves, because that truth can never be escaped. So maybe, instead of going, well, ladies and gentlemen, problem solved, we're done, end of the day, we've got this figured out. Maybe instead of upkeeping society and everything, maybe we should actually be trying to, solve the fucking problem. Instead of pasting a Band-Aid on it and then going, come on, you got a problem with your brain? We'll fix it. Slap a dick on you. 50% off if you bring a friend.
That's why I think this is more to do with, I think we're kind of being invaded. We've either had leaders who've gone traitor on us, or there's something like deeper going on, and I know that goes into conspiracy theories.
Oh, it's not even conspiracy. It's called corporate greed of big pharma, and we have not kept it in check. And when you don't keep a power in check, it doesn't have to be the fucking government to run rampant. It doesn't have to be the fucking government to be the power that you gotta put checks on. Everything in large quantities of power is bad, whether it be government or not government. And so Big Pharma, with their big fucking monopoly, has copied and pasted this and went, hey, we can make a buck. How else can we make a buck? Let's make more bucks. And nobody has fucking stopped them. And in fact, we're helping them. We're going, hey, there's a plastic surgeon right over here, sir. And then 7 to 10 years later, they fucking kill themselves. And if anybody thinks that they are morally fucking superior driving this boat, I've got a bullet for you. Because using people like that is evil. Using their vulnerabilities against them and then broadcasting it as a solution and then getting large swaths of people to follow suit so you fuck up an entire generation? Maybe it's because you think you're being kind, but the road to hell was paved with good intentions, and so I'm done giving excuses to people that think they're doing good. I'm going to look them straight in the face and say, you got another thing coming. You're actually screwing people. Because those that found out that they were either just gay or just a little more masculine find out when it's too goddamn late to do anything. And there's nothing left to do but check out. And we helped them get there. And we're not taking any of the accountability on ourselves to actually do something about it. Now we're going to drive it further. And this channel is going to be taken down after this conversation. I don't know, this transgender thing has just fucked me off to the point where I just can't anymore.
Well, it's not just you. I think a lot of people have kind of noticed that this thing is kind of, it's become really fucked up. Like, this isn't about, like, helping out a couple people who have gender dysphoria, who are, you know, just wanting to be a little bit more, seeking a little more kindness from people. That's not what this is about. Yeah, I stand by the whole weird globalist theory that I've got. Like, I think there's more to it. I know you're like, oh, these people might be evil. They are. I think that's what they're doing. I think they're downsizing on the planet. I think these people are either buying into the bullshit that they are espousing. It is about money. And at the end of the day, with this many people on the planet downsizing, they don't give a shit. They don't give a shit. You know, it's a pick your poison game right now. We are playing Squid Game. And it's like, you know, you can either neuter your kids, you can give them multiple vaccines, so yet again, you will neuter your kids. You can get abortions, you know, vote for abortions, guys, because then you can, you know, you'll have abortions. You know, we don't really necessarily want to go to war, but maybe we do, you know. Well, that's a good way to downsize. Don't eat well. Eat very unhealthy. Extremely unhealthy. Eat so unhealthy that you have heart risks and problems and diabetes and all sorts of a number of things. Opioids. Just opioids everywhere. I'm not even just talking about, like, pot. Pot is fine. Booze? We've always had booze. But opioids are an entirely different ball game. Because most people are walking around going, I'm a medical person, blah, blah, blah. I read an article, blah, 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 blah. And then they talk to somebody who actually has some medical experience, and all of a sudden their medical experience doesn't mean shit because they read an article.
Yep.
Like, we are in the middle of convincing ourselves to self-harm, don't think analytically, don't look outside the box, don't ever ask a different doctor. Don't ever ask a different doctor from a different country. Self-isolate. Don't talk to anybody else. Don't question anything. And if you do, you are a Nazi, blah, 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 blah. You will be ostracized. You won't be able to get food properly. People will look at you like you're the crazy person on the soapbox, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, which is why when I get called a Nazi, I just thumbs up it.
Yeah, but... yeah.
I literally just go, yeah, and?
No, I just asked them if they're... I asked the person who asked me that if they're retarded.
I just say, hey, what if I am? What are you going to do about it? You're going to fire me from a job I don't have? Go for it. Go for it. Go ahead. Try. I don't care. What are you going to do? Boot me off of Twitter? What are you going to do? Kick me off of YouTube? Okay. You're not going to stop me from thinking what I'm thinking, nor are you going to stop me from spouting what I'm spouting. But hey, you know what? If you want to try, come at me, brah. It's like, what do I have to lose? Really? What does any of us have to lose? At the end of the day, we're gonna die anyway, so what do we have to lose?
Pretty much anything that could be considered a future for our kids. Everything that we've managed to build up over the last 200-300 years, whether it was good or bad, at the end of the day, what we have now is still probably better than what our ancestors necessarily had. I'm just saying that's still objectively going to be true.
For now. It won't be true forever. It'll be less than true, especially when the population ages and we realize we haven't made enough kids to look after us. And then we're gonna have some real problems, but, I mean, as long as I teach my kids some decent values, humans have really impressive adaptive skills, so my kids will be fine. Can everybody say that? I don't know. Maybe you should.
No.
If you can't, get yourself in a position where you can.
I think that for us right now, BG, we can say that. And I'm gonna be brutally honest with you. Even though Canada is a communist shithole, I am grateful for the fact that we live here. I would be really, 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 really concerned if I lived in a country where I really, really had to depend on everybody else to feed me.
I have to do that anyways.
Yeah, you do. But here's the thing, we come from a country that's still self-sustainable, at least in that regard, regardless of what Justin Trudeau thinks. We can still feed ourselves. There are other places that really aren't that fortunate. And
well, I mean, if you look at it, yeah, okay, we could be self-sustainable, but here's the truth. If tomorrow the government decided I wasn't worthy of ODSP, I wouldn't be able to feed myself. Wouldn't be able to feed myself at all.
Mm-hmm.
And there would be nothing saving me.
I know. That's the fear I have.
But I still have my principles, I still have my values, and I still have my self-respect. So I could at least die with some dignity. So at this point, don't care. Because I can at least have a smile on my face and say, I didn't fuck myself into herpes. I still have my principles, I still have my dignity, and I somewhat participate in what used to be a virtue. So do what you want, but you're never going to change that one fact. And as long as I have that, then I don't have anything really to fear anymore. Because I can say that I at least lived a good life. Maybe not a great life, but a decent enough life that I'm not a complete asshole. I would rather be starving to death and know that I was a good person than fat and full and be a shithead.
Yeah, but I don't want that future for our kids. And I don't want that future for our grandkids.
I would like for my kid to not have to scrape in life for whatever he gets, but if that is what he's going to have to do to survive, then I'm going to at least equip him with the skills to be able to do that. And that is to be able to walk away and say, no, this is wrong. No. I'm not signing up for this. I didn't sign up for this. I'm not signing up for this. And can at least walk away from the crowd that would lead him down a path that nobody wants to be down. If I've equipped him with that, then even if he has to, struggle a bit in life, the only way he's ever going to grow up and mature is to struggle a bit in life. So, bring it.
Yeah,
it's not like we can't. it's not like the light's gonna just go out. Even if there were harder times ahead, it's not like the light will go poof. You know, it's not like we're gonna forget that we're people.
Yeah, but you don't understand how desperate people get when they get hungry.
Sure I do.
Like, no. I'm talking on a world scale. Hunger strikes aren't or limiting on the government. Like, I know that you guys don't get everything, but like I'm talking about like the level of food that we're talking about is like Africa.
Yeah.
Like right now is an example of what I'm talking about. Is everywhere in Europe where they're like, yeah, we're gonna get rid of our farms. As if Ukraine isn't an issue, as if Russia isn't an issue. All the places that we are exchanging food with are gonna have a limit on their food.
Yep.
So they're not giving out food.
Nope.
Which means everything that we have is already gonna be pinched. So like back in the day, you know, one of the things that cropped up was today in my list of Twitter bullshit was somebody being like, oh, I wanted to ask about the kids that, you know, the native school kids. And you know what killed a lot of those kids, BG?
Starvation.
Starvation.
Yep, I do.
So, like, I'm saying that it's easy for us to say this right now, but it's not going to be that way in a year from now or 2 years from now unless we really put our feet down.
No, it won't be. And I'm sure it'll be a struggle, and I'm sure that meals will be missed, and I'm sure that it will really fucking suck. But that doesn't mean we won't survive and we won't be better for it.
Yeah, a lot of people won't survive, though. And yet again, that's just a thing. Like, I get that's how our world works, I guess. But
That
a
is
lot of us
exactly
are...
how world works. I mean, it wasn't too long ago where it was a time when my grandmother would go to bed hungry, where she would talk about the Great Depression and the great this shortage and the great that and the great this and all that and all the shortage here and all shortages there. Like, we're not too far removed from that. It's always been a possibility, especially with mismanagement. It always will be a possibility. And when we start to hit a bit of strife, people will learn. And we will adapt the way we have to. And that's just what will happen. Maybe we won't be in comfort. And maybe we won't suddenly be able to just walk down the street and be like, McDonald's, I think I want that today. But honestly,
you're very oversimplifying things.
No, I'm not as struck by it because I've always known it's been a possibility, and I've always known that the greater the struggle that you face in the world, the better the people that come out for it. And so in that time of struggle and strife, there's going to be innovation. There's going to be people that actually get up and do things that we actually want to read about, because we're going to be like, oh, that just makes me want to believe in humanity again. There's going to be communities and pockets of people supporting each other all over again. It's not going to be on as big of a scale. It's not going to be as hurrah as it usually is, but that's what it will be. And it'll start to revert to smaller communities and pockets of people supporting each other again to survive. And honestly, I don't think that's necessarily such a terrible thing considering where we're going. If the world had to back up a little and remind itself how we got here, it might actually put some fucking wisdom in front of people for once.
So basically, just sit and wait and let the left kill themselves.
Not even just the left, but the world is going to at some point have to respond. And the way people respond is they either help each other out or they don't. And the ones that survive are the ones that do. And we're not going to forget how to do that just because things aren't going to be as convenient as it was yesterday. And it's not going to be glorious and great either, but it's not going to be the end of the world either.
What if the other side is deliberately trying to tank you every time you go to help each other out because the other side is actively trying to kill you?
What
If they have a world belief that what the world really needs is to be cut down to like 2% of its population, and right now as you're trying to reach out and help people because you realize things are going to get bad, they're deliberately tanking you every step of the way.
They might be right now until they too are hungry.
Except for that they kind of run everything.
Right now they do. That hasn't always been the case, and it won't always be the case. The world is always shifting and always turning. And who are the ones that want to kill all the babies right now?
Nipples get hard.
Who are the ones that want abortion right now? Who are the ones that want to sterilize themselves right now? That would be which side? The left. So, who's getting married? And who's having the kids? The people they're breaking down. So, they might have control right now. And they might think they're on top of the world right now. But the pendulum is always going to come back. Because the ones that are having the kids are the ones that are talking sense.
At
And
least
it might
that's how
take a
you.
while.
That's only part one of the steps, though, BG. That's only part one. They're getting rid of some people, sure, but here's the thing: these are globalists.
So,
So what they really want to do is they're going to get rid of some of these people, sure, and then they're going to shift in people who are a little bit more malleable, people who are more easily swayed. Because the thing is they're aware of the fact that you're not malleable either.
no, I'm
You know,
not.
so they're gonna go
But
after
the
you.
thing is that people like me are the ones still having kids. So when they get old, they aren't going to be able to maintain their reach because there's going to be more of us than there are of them.
Yeah, but you've already said to me before there's a flaw in your plan because these people are in charge. So there's two things that they've got over you that we don't really have, and this is why we are kind of in a race right now.
No, we don't
Because
have
the two
right
things
now.
because the thing that they can do to you, they've already done. You know, you've already told me they do child grabs. Well, they're already planning that too.
Yeah.
And they can cut our communications. They've already planned that out. They can cut out what you are allowed to educate yourself with, what you are allowed to communicate with other people with. We have a race right now to get rid of bad politicians. But today was actually kind of good for Britain, though.
Yeah.
Or at least I'm not sure. I'm getting this if that they got rid of a bunch of people that might be part of the WEF. Now this could be a trap, as in they're shifting in new WEF, you know, World Economic Forum.
Yeah, they might be shifting, but again, they don't believe in family structures. They are going to crumble.
Yep.
They will
we got to
crumble.
do this. We got to do the same thing. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, BG, if we keep fighting, you're right. We will keep strong. And the part where they are killing their own kids, that part is true. Like, I do kind of get that whole waiting game thing. You know, I clued in that, yeah, that's a thing we can do too.
Well, that's what's actually going to happen because that's the way it always happens. I mean, there was a point in time where conservatives owned everything. And the pendulum swung back in our direction. And now it's swinging back. And parents are saying no. Well, fine. You want to do this to our kids? Take my kids out of school. Homeschooling pockets are a thing. They're not going to maintain control of everything forever because human race is always changing. It's always innovating, and the pendulum keeps on going. Otherwise, I mean, we've been going for thousands of years before we've even documented in history. So if what? Never mind. Okay, phone, go away. Like, the human race has been surviving through people wanting to have control for a very long time. And every single time, the world spins and we keep turning. So just because the left has all of the institutions in the West doesn't really mean anything. It doesn't mean... Just because they won a few battles doesn't mean they won the war.
Not yet, no. I think our side has pretty much boosted themselves because of the kids thing.
Mm-hmm.
It also brought in more people because that alone pushed a lot of people. But also this freedom of speech thing that they keep going after. It's not good. But this thing where they keep lying about who's shooting at who is not good either, because it's not helping us address problems. Yeah, there was that one in the I guess there was a 4th of July parade where this kid who was Antifa, hardcore Antifa, shot a bunch of people, killed baby, went to a parade and went home an orphan. We've got a mental illness problem. We also have this thing where we've brainwashed a bunch of kids into thinking that our culture is evil and that your opponent is evil and that it's okay to respond to your opponent with violence. At best, our side has taught our kids how to turn the left cheek, which is a very good trait from Christians, by the way. I think that's Christians. You know, I think a lot of people have that one. Turn the left cheek.
Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good. I'll have a delivery tomorrow from 10 to 2. That's, cool. My phone's like, hi, your package will be here tomorrow. And I'm like, okay. We don't know when, but it'll be sometime tomorrow. Okay. That was it. That was the whole thing. I guess I should, oh, you know what?
Nope.
I did not read chat.
Oh, that's actually a good point. We kind of just
I
blurred
kind
through
of
everybody.
apologize,
I
chat.
read,
I got
hi.
kind of absorbed. Hi, Hawk Silk. Yo!
Yeah,
TC
hi, TC.
Red. What's up? Credible Threats here. Yo, Holmes. Sup? Did I say Red Feather already? Dro! Yo, what's up, Dro? Let's see. Who else? Oh, hi, Cryptic. Cryptic was here. That's nice. Yeah, I should have been paying a little more attention, shouldn't I? But my brain has turned to soup. Daryl! Yo! Sup?
That is such a mean thing to do to somebody.
What? I didn't do it.
Oh, you're good. I just, you know, my Twitter's still kind of up, and I scrolled down a little bit, and there's this picture of a hamburger bun, and you look in the hamburger bun, and some weirdo put a pear in it. So it's a hamburger pear burger.
Well, that's just gross. Let's
Right?
see. Patrick Brown speaks out after disqualification from conservative leadership race. And why are we speaking out again? Oh, conservative establishment Polivier campaign worked to oust him from leadership race. Okay, well that's the game. You decided to get into the political game and you got stomped on. Conservatives have big things to fight about? Why? Why aren't the liberals included in the things we need to fight about? There's a lot of big issues to debate. Not least of all, what the Conservative Party should be. I know what you should be. Conservative. Amazing, I know. Much about Wednesday night's Conservative leadership debate, which included sound effects, props, and questions about the candidates' reading and streaming habits, seemed designed to limit the space available for actual debate. You don't say. So what are they fighting about? Let's see. Maybe Wednesday night's organizers were always planning to hand out paddles. The candidates could raise if they wanted to say something during the half of the show allotted for open debate. Shouldn't the whole show be debate? And you can only raise your paddle so many times. Okay. Conservative candidates spar over inflation, abortion, and TV shows. Are you fucking kidding me? Who can... TV shows? Why are we sparking the abortion debate again in Canada? Because American did it? So America darn did it, so we gotta do it? Okay. Differences over the convoy and cryptocurrency. Why is the convoy something to debate over? It already happened. Like, and the disregard for civil liberties. You know, all of you conservatives should be on the side of the fucking civil liberties and freedom document shit. And if you're not, then you're not actually a conservative. So why do you call yourself part of the Conservative Party if you're not going to be a conservative? Join the liberals! Oh, and they promoted a memorandum of understanding. Why do you need to promote that? Shouldn't you have a modicum of understanding of things all the time? There are any number of questions raised by the convoy. Why? And the Conservative Party's alignment with it. Participants in the protest opposed public health rules, so flew F. Trudeau flags, well, that should be a given, and promoted a memorandum of understanding that called for the overthrow of the democratically elected government. No, that didn't actually happen. That's just propaganda.
It is. It's also their own propaganda. Yet again, I don't know why they're going that route. Because the conservatives, well, yes, they did go down and talk to some of the protesters. It was like a day. They walked through the crowds, shook hands, and that was it. Like, I think maybe one more time they stopped by to see if people were okay, because... You know, the whole gas strike shit that Trudeau pulled? And people, like, not freezing to death in their trucks? You know, and showing concern for fellow Canadians? I guess if you're conservative and you're a party leader, you're not allowed to do that.
Which is dumb because conservatives would want to preserve civil liberty. Otherwise, you're not very conservative.
Also, these are all paying taxpayers, so of course they're going to go down and talk to them. In fact, why didn't more of the liberals go down and talk to them? Not necessarily Trudeau, but his MPs. Any of his leaders could have gone down and talked to these people. In fact, they should have been. Why weren't they doing that? Because that would have been, you know, them A, doing their job, and B, it would have been good marketing for them. It would have shown that they actually give a shit about Canadians and taxpayers. As though we can't be swayed. We're not American in that sense. You know, like registry up here is like $15. Oh my god, I'm a conservative now. $15. Oh my god, I'm a liberal now. You know, it's not like big bucks like it is in the US. You know, you donate, you can donate money, and we do. You know, it's free to donate, or it's free to vote for whoever you want. You don't even have to be a registered voter for conservatives. That just means you get to, you know, vote for which conservatives you want to be leaders. You know, same for liberals. But overall, I can vote for whoever the fuck I want. So why wouldn't you want to talk to me? And if you think that's going to make me like you better, like that automatically puts me even further away from being friendly with you or potentially being friendly. Like, I get that my prime minister is still my prime minister, regardless of how much I don't like him, and regardless of whether or not, yeah, I would love it if he'd step down. I can't make him do that. Unless I legally have that, which I don't think I necessarily do. I'm sure maybe some conservative leaders maybe have some ideas on why he might legally should step down. But I have a right to speak my mind and have a disagreement with my opponents. But if you were to talk to me, there's this amazing thing where you might be able to sway me. I mean, you can't because Justin Trudeau has proven to be a dictator, but maybe another liberal could have. Probably not. But I'm just saying they didn't even try, so. Remember you telling me stories about people doing that kind of shit, and they were conservatives.
It also got high school prescribes student antidepressants without informing parents. Report.
Yeah. Yeah.
How does a high school prescribe that?
I don't know. They tried to make some BS excuse about, like, well, if the kid was in a family with abusive parents who weren't allowing them to take his medications or something. Yeah, they just didn't enforce this guy. It was like, they were like, oh, well, we just thought you knew. No.
Washington state father said. Oh, so this in Washington? Yeah, this is my shocked face.
What?
Like... Okay. Your child, 15 years old, did not pick up his antidepressants at the end of the school year. I said he's not on antidepressants. What are you talking about? My kid is not depressed. Yeah. What the fuck?
Yeah, the state wants to raise your kids for you. They know better for your kid. And you don't know shit. And... yeah. Totally normal. Don't look this way. We're not doing shit with your kids. No. This isn't H.R. Wells' weird bullshit science theater clown world. Hi, Mom.
Mom?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay. I was like, what? My mom's actually in the chat? Interesting.
No.
Yeah.
No, but we got credible threat.
Oh yeah, we got a bunch of peeps. Let's see. Biden's DOJ target Texas border control measures, alleging discrimination. Oh yeah. What else is new? Let's see. What else? Yeah. Let's see what else. Dutch farmers protest across the country in response to proposed environmental laws.
Yup. Cause cows fart.
Biden DOJ sues Arizona over law to protect citizen-only voting rights. So the federal government is cramming stuff down on states. Wow, this is my shock face. Let's see, what else we got here? Maya Four-starter wins discrimination case after being fired for gender-critical statements. Okay. Why do I care? Freeland says high fuel prices a reminder of why we need to transition to green economy. No, it's a reminder about why the government sucks. Just saying. Just saying. Like, high gas prices are not why we need electric cars. High gas prices are why the government is stupid and to get a new one. Let's see. What else we got? Oh. Brown is accusing the CPC of disqualifying him to ensure Polivier's victory in leadership race. Well, considering I didn't really know who you were until today, I feel like it's your fault that he's going to win, regardless if you were there or not. But I feel like if they want Polivier to win, then that means they think he could win. So thusly, why would you still want to be in that race anyway? Just move on. God.
It's because he's probably going to be out in his district, and that is actually upsetting to him because that means he's not going to be able to just, grift.
Yeah.
Even we have grifters. Let's be real. It's not just the left. We all have grifters. We just don't call ours out. We do. We just need to call them out more. That makes sense.
I'm not going to read that because I don't want to say that name. Nearly $2 million raised for child who lost parents in the thing that happened. Oh, that's good. Breaking. Guitar legend Carlos Santana collapses on stage. Aw, no, not Carlos Santana. Don't collapse on stage. That's bad. I like you. Concert attendees reported that famed musician Carlos Santana just passed out on stage Tuesday night. According to reports, the 74-year-old guitarist was performing at the Pine Knob. Who the fuck calls Pine Knob Music Theater in Clarkston when he collapsed. According to a local Fox reporter, medical personnel were on the stage. Well, that's nice. Did he live? I suppose. Oh, he has a heart condition. Okay. Alright. So, Carlos Santana has a heart condition, and he collapsed on stage, and now I'm sad. And then all of a sudden, all of the articles that I was looking at just disappeared. Get back here. Get back here. Don't run away from me. You. Oh, Elliot Page's Netflix series documents actor's gender transition with haircut. Wow. You totally don't look like a man. And nor will you ever. And, that's all I gotta say about that. TikTok star and her family attacked by Antifa during Portland July 4th celebrations. Okay. Why? I mean, it's Portland, so who cares? What did you do? A TikTok star became the most recent victim of attacks carried out by Portland Antifa when a mob dressed in all black attacked her family's vehicle on Monday as they were driving home from 4th of July celebrations. Let's see. Haley Lautenbach posted a video of the incident to her TikTok account, which has since amassed over 3.5 million views. Wow, that I'm sure that just amplified her clicks. The harrowing video shows dozens of Black Bloc Antifa approach the family's vehicle after they were forced to come to an abrupt stop due to the extremist group taking over the roadways in downtown Portland for an Independence Day protest. Are they peaceful? Lauren Bach asked as the mob of Antifa approached the vehicle, according to the video. Within seconds of asking that question, an Antifa militant jumped on the hood of their car and smashed the front windshield with their boot. Okay, well, I guess you learned that one.
Yeah, don't do that again. Sorry, I'm being a little silly with that one. How you doing?
Yeah. Who's doing? Oh, Blaze! Yo! What's up? Holmes! I'm reading stuff. Carlos Santana is awesome. Okay, that just makes me sad that he collapsed on a stage. I mean, Miley Cyrus is going nice and strong, and then we have, a legend like Carlos Santana getting old and probably gonna die soon, and all I gotta say is, fuck, where's the world justice for musicians here? Like, the Kardashians go strong, but, the good ones are always gonna just die, aren't they? That just makes me sad. What the?
Yeah, we're gonna be run by lizard people for all eternity. You're welcome. Sorry.
What the fuck? Why? Twerking for votes. Democrat state senator releases sexual campaign video of her twerking for votes. Why? Just why?
Because so many of them are proverbial whores. She decided she was going to be a real one. But to be fair, she ain't bad looking.
I have her ass in the middle of my screen, and why? Just why? Like, okay, I gotta show you guys this, because this is just retarded, okay? This is serious retard. What the fuck am I looking at? Just
You're
no.
looking at a lady who is doing a handstand and she's twerking. Yeah. Yep. Oh, but you know, she's like, my body and all that shit, and I want abortions and blah 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 blah. Blah. You do you, little lady. You're welcome.
No. Just no. Is that a tattoo?
Probably.
What happened to wearing a suit?
Does a birthday suit count?
No. God, no. Jesus fucking. What the sex shop owner who serves on school board to host courses on sexual pleasure for kids. Jesus Christ.
And none of us were surprised. No.
Is that green hair? Ah.
It's a porn shop. The least of your concerns is what color her hair is.
The fact that she serves on a school board is my bigger concern. Like, how does she serve on a fucking school board when she's a sex shop owner? How does that happen? Don't you guys elect those people? Okay, you know what? I mean, I know I'm being a little judgy, but that's what I want out of school board. She walks in for an interview and I go, yes, this is what our children need. We need this.
Yep.
Get your kids out of school. If you love your children, get them in a homeschooling pod. Because what the... You know, and I would like to say that this is just an isolated incident of depravity. Except there's like 10 more articles past this every other day. So like at what point are we just like, get away from our kids? Just get, nope. You know what? Them doing 2 + 2 is suddenly not that important anymore. Blood pressure rising. Blood pressure rising. Blood pressure.
It's going up.
And it's never coming down again. Oh shit, Blazing Hellcat. Yo! We got the two of them. We got
How you
two
doing?
Johnnies.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
And again. Sorry. How you doing? Hope you had a good,
Are you
a good,
guys saying smash or pass to these women? Shoot a little higher than whores and sluts, guys. Come on.
Well, I would agree with you. I do agree with you. I mean, I think part of the problem that we have is too many willing to be bitched out men.
Expect it to translate across the pond. Ah, for fuck's sakes. Thanks, Hawksilk. You just ruined my day. Are they trying to make that impossible? You mean by making it illegal to not have them in school, or by making everything so unaffordable that nobody could stay home to raise their kids even if they wanted to? Because either one works. Except Parents have outsmarted them with that one, which is why we now have homeschool pods. Yeah. And we created these things because of depravity like this. Wow. 200,000 people apprehended crossing U.S.-Mexico border in June. Wow.
See.
Disney-funded GLSEN launches survey for LGBTQ parents. Kids to gather data to influence policymakers. Fuck you. New York mayor's aide robbed at gunpoint in Brooklyn. Ah. Well, you know, maybe that'll get the mayor to clean the shit up, you know? I mean, if what's his name, Rudy Giuliani can do it, I'm sure you can do it too there, buddy. I believe in you. Only a little. UFC champion calls for release of Epstein and Maxwell client list. And why do you think you matter? I mean, I agree with you, but why do you think just because you are a fighting champion that whatever you say actually matters?
It's a good question.
School superintendent speaks of indoctrination plan for Loudoun County parents and students. Oh, you don't say. This is my shocked face, Loudoun County. This is my shocked face. Oh my God. Canadian women in tech sign letter pushing companies to cover travel costs for U.S. employees seeking abortions. Fuck off. Want to kill your babies? Come to Canada. That's what we're totally all about.
Yeah, but you know what? That only works as long as they get their vaccine first. So, ladies, yeah, better pucker up your arms.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Trudeau Liberals signed $20 billion settlement for First Nations child welfare? We don't have... Where are we getting all this money exactly? It accounts for only half of a $40 billion deal that seeks to overhaul the child welfare system in Canada. You don't say. Ottawa has signed a $20 billion settlement agreement to compensate those impacted by the lack of funding provided for First Nation child welfare. So freebies. In other words, is you want our votes again, huh?
Yep.
Gotta go, guys. I'll explain later.
Okay.
Tornado. The settlement still needs to be approved by the federal court and Canadian Human Rights Tribunal before money will begin to flow into the pockets of thousands across the country. Really? Really? Thousands across the country. Am I somehow included in that? Oh, wait. No, I'm not, because I'm out of the treaty, because... Right. Right. Okay. So when you say native kids, what you mean is kids that are still in their bands, right? You don't actually mean all the natives. You just mean certain natives. First Nations children deserve to be surrounded by love and live free of discriminatory government policy. Okay, so why would money compensate for that? Like, why would giving them money save them from any of that? How do you not have love, and how do you not live free of discriminatory government policy if you don't get free money from that? Like, how does money fix any of that? What does money have to do with it? Nothing. And after 3 decades of advocacy and months of negotiations, I'm proud to say on behalf of AFN that we have reached another historic milestone for our children and their families. No, they haven't. There's no milestone there. There's just another payoff. You know what? That's it. I don't want to live on this planet anymore. I'm leaving. I'm out. Musk, just shoot me into the sun, please. Okay, what do you want, cat? What? I'm yelling at my computer screen right now. What could you possibly want from me? What? What? What do you want? You know, if I could show people the kind of crap that you put me through while I'm streaming, you wouldn't be so cute, would you? Yes, you would. Okay, can you get off me? You don't actually want to sit on me because you want love. You just want to get on my desk. Yeah, but there's nothing up there for you. What do you want?
But then the cat can sit in your way, and that's funny. You know, like pat at your keyboard, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you want the space bar in your asshole again? Do you need some space in there? Hi. What? Can you get off me, please? No? Okay. Where are the drugs, woman? Exactly! That's exactly what he's asking me. He's like the fucking Gestapo. Where the fuck's the catnip? Right? Right? Is that what you're looking for, the fucking catnip?
Yeah, all the catnip.
I smoked it already. It wasn't Wilson, it was Ozzy. See, if it was Wilson, I would have picked him up and shot him across the room, but because it's Ozzy, and he has those lethal claws, I very kindly asked him to get off me. Because if I were to pick him up and throw him, he would immediately insert traction claws into leg, and then he would permanently attach himself to me. And I just...
You like your legs.
I do like my legs. On that note, it's been like an hour and something. Jen has to go for meetings, and I have to go get a scan of my crotch.
Oh, fun times.
Oh, yeah, it'll be great. Open my legs nice and wide and be like, is there anything in there? There. And then cobwebs fall out from lack of use. That's fine.
It'd be funny if at that one time, if Dale were to drop in and be like, say something random so it sounds like it's coming from your crotch.
Hashtag crotch scan? Exactly. I'm getting a CT scan of my crotch. So they want to know what's under my crotch skin. So they really want to know what my insides look like. I'm going to ask them how it looks on the inside. You know, I'm going to be like, so, is it nice in there? What color is it? Like, I might need to take a trip out to Canada. Why would you want to do that? I do have a crotch to bear. Yes, I do. And I will bear it with you in mind, TC. The whole time. On that note, get the fuck out of here. I hope you've been informed. Have a nice day. And I'll try not to kill myself with the intro. Again.